I stumbled upon an old movie that I remember watching a couple of times, and it being quite frankly maybe the worst movie I'd ever seen, but it was so bad that it was funny, and that is Showgirls, starring Elizabeth Berkley.
Oh, I never actually watched it.
You never watched Showgirls?
I did not.
Okay.
I meant to, but then along the way, it got such terrible reviews
It
that
is
I was like, well,
so bad.
yeah.
It is so fucking
it got really bad
bad.
reviews.
It got bad reviews, but now it's kind of like a cult classic.
I can imagine.
Because it's so bad,
Yeah.
it's good. It's like one of those, what's the one that The Artist? Have you ever seen The Artist?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. The Artist is one of those, it's so bad it's good.
Yes.
It's like masturbating randomly in the middle of the screen.
Right.
Like, that guy is really weird. But this is equally as bad and equally as overly and unnecessarily sexualized as anything. For those of you who have never seen Elizabeth Berkley star in the movie Showgirls, Elizabeth Berkley was in the original cast of Saved by the Bell. And then she kind of took a turn for the raunchy when she went and did this movie Showgirls, which was this
it was a big deal.
huge ordeal when we were growing up, in my early 20s or something like that. Everybody was talking about it. You had to go see this movie, and it was she was naked the entire fucking movie.
She looked amazing.
Amazing.
But the movie itself.
She's a gorgeous woman. It's amazing. And she is flat out naked from the first second of this movie to the last second of this movie. And there are some rather graphic and raunchy scenes that were just unnecessary.
Okay.
She's like a scene where she's having sex on her period, and it's like, it's completely unnecessary to the plot. Right. But then I'm thinking to myself, what is the plot of Showgirls?
They're veering away from
what?
What were we talking
Maybe
about?
that was the plot. Maybe having sex on your period is the plot.
Could be.
The general gist of the movie, or plot, if that's what you want to call it, Elizabeth is a small town girl who's a stripper who then gets...
Is she working her way through college?
She's
through law school?
She's working her way through men, I think, is what she's doing. There's a lot of sex with other men. She ends up going to Las Vegas to become a dancer, and they pluck her from obscurity in some strip club to star in one of the casino Showgirls things, right? Where the ones where the girls are topless and in tassels and running around. And I've been to a few of these shows out in Vegas, and it's like artfully nude, I guess. Tall, lanky, beautiful women, with either tassels or no tassels on their boobs. It's usually just the topless, but in this particular version, everyone's just fully nude for some reason. Yeah, all the vag you could want. Just go watch Showgirls. And Elizabeth gets plucked out of obscurity, and then she becomes the understudy for the main character, who is the casino's big girl. She's the one who's bringing in all the revenue.
The star.
Yeah, I guarantee you now, if you go to Vegas, there are no showgirls that are the big star of the casino. That's kind of the old days, but Elizabeth ends up being so good that she becomes But then there is infighting and murder, and and people are dying. I think there's murder in Showgirls. I don't know. I didn't get that far in the movie because I decided I needed some sleep.
About the plot?
I forgot about the plot. I got as far as the sex scene in the pool. There's a sex scene in the pool with not Kyle Chandler, but Kyle something or other who's in the movie. The actor, Kyle something or other, is in the movie. And they are having sex in a pool. And she is thrashing about, right? And she is just like, I don't know if she's trying to murder his penis or something, but it looks so unnatural. She is such a bad actress. She is such a bad actress. If
anybody's ever tried to have sex in a pool too, it just doesn't work.
Point. We didn't even talk about this beforehand, and this is my point. Pool and water sex doesn't work. It barely works in the shower, and that's if you can position yourself in the right way and keep everything relatively dry. Yeah. Because natural water is not a great lubricant of anything, right? It's actually a really bad lubricator. Yes. Trying to have sex in the ocean, that's like that's the worst of the worst. That salt water will just rub you raw. But my point is that they make it seem so hot and sexual, and the truth is, if you've ever tried to have sex in a pool, you understand that it's a really hard thing to accomplish. Yeah. That
it can be a sexy time.
Sure, sexy time.
Yeah. Sexy time in the pool.
Yeah, get sensual massages.
Yeah,
maybe
kissing,
a boob here or there.
Out. Yeah.
Get underwater, do a little scuba diving. You know what I'm talking about. Get everyone all prepped and ready.
But the actual in and out.
No, you get out of the pool, you dry yourself off, you do it in a proper place. That's what happens. That's what adults do, right? Yes. This is obviously the fakest sex scene that's ever happened. Not only because Elizabeth Berkley is having sex in a manner that no woman has ever had sex, by basically headbanging to Kyle, whatever his name is, cock. And I mean, just violently bouncing on his balls.